Last week, I welcomed you to the sun-kissed city of Miami and gave you a complete tour from the retro vibes of the Ocean Drive to sipping on Cuban colada coffee in Little Havana. But one thing was pretty clear: the city is a true playground for the super rich. In fact, approximately 40,000 millionaires live in Miami and over 12 billionaires. Some famous names such as DJ Khaled or Dwayne Johnson, or even the founder of Instagram, all currently reside here, or did at some point. But where are they? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Miami is home to a couple of exclusive man-made islands, like Star Island and Fisher Island. Fish Island, in particular, is known to be the richest zip code in the US, with residents having an average income of $2.2 million. Whilst I fall just shy of that, doesn't mean I can't give you guys a tour. Today we're taking the Millionaires Row cruise and I'm taking you with me. Don't miss this one. Right, let's start with some housekeeping. You can book the tour online or at the pier, which is located at Bayside Marketplace here. You'll also find a nice walking route from downtown in my last video. Tickets cost approximately $30 or £24, but I highly recommend it, because for that you will get a beautiful cruise out of the pier and around the various islands with a guide calling out famous landmarks on the way. Here's the route we're taking. Our first stop is the most exclusive island, of course, Fisher Island. Here's some crazy facts for you, seriously. This island is so exclusive that it's the only one not connected by roads or bridges. You literally have to own your own yacht or take the small transport ferry, which, to be honest, is mainly used by workers or if you wanted to transport your Ferrari. Not much use for it though, as the speed limit on the island is 19 miles per hour. Don't worry, because each resident is given a custom $20,000 golf cart. Sand has literally been imported here from the Bahamas to give residents a Caribbean feel, whilst still being a 5-minute yacht ride away from downtown Miami. For all of this, access to pools and tennis courts, some exotic wildlife, and of course having celebrities at your doorstep, just owning that $2.2 million condo isn't enough, as all residents are also required to pay a $42,800 initiation fee and an annual $25,000 membership fee. Yeah, quite hefty indeed. We now set sail for Star Island and Hibiscus Island, both filled with A-list celebrities. Probably best I let the mansions do the talking. We're now going to see the house of the founder of Instagram, who sold it to people for $1 billion. We're about to see it right now.
Going in soon. There's 2 jacuzzi, the one on the roof and one in the main floor. Mike Burgers. How many of you guys have Instagram? Yeah, that's why.
Pretty nice, right? Yeah, it is quite nice. But part of me can't help but think there is a dark reality here. You see, as Muslims, we believe in purpose. We believe this life is a test, an opportunity for us to make a true positive impact on the world, and of course, leave a legacy. We strive for excellence in all facets of life with the ultimate goal to pass this test, please our Maker, and therefore be admitted to eternal bliss. The key word here is purpose. Do you think that the multi-millionaires and billionaires you see here lounging in front of their multi-million-dollar mansions are truly happy? I mean, when was the last time you tried to lounge on a beach or at a poolside and get bored within the hour? Truly, tell me. We're told by our Prophet ﷺ that if Adam's son, meaning us, had one valley full of gold, he would like to have 2 valleys, for nothing fills his mouth except dust. Now let's put those words into perspective. In this day and age, chasing money and wealth for the sake of simply having that value of gold can only lead to 2 outcomes. Let me tell you about them. You're either highly motivated, disciplined, and work extremely hard and therefore catch a break, whereby you end up selling your business, because of course it can only be entrepreneurs that become millionaires and billionaires, the ones that we're talking about here. So therefore you enter those ranks. Or the second outcome is you don't, and then you get stuck in the rat race, the 9-to-5ing for the next, 50 years? With the occasional holidays until you awake. Of course, you numb your mind with enough distractions and entertainment in the evenings and weekends that you don't get too depressed by that 9 to 5. In the Quran, our Maker tells us, those that desire worldly gain, we'll let them have it. So let's come back to the ones that do make it, after you, of course, sell your startup. But then what? You muck around with your new multi-millionaire lifestyle on the streets of Miami? Lounge around on your yacht? But then what? Ever get bored of the GTA game once you've tried out all the cheat codes, so you go back to do the missions? Maybe you go for another startup and try and get that second value of gold. But then what? Really? Do you go into philanthropy maybe? Or do you start collecting items just to have this sense of purpose? Before you know it, you're on Fisher Island, paying 20 grand a year to drive around in a golf buggy, but then you're too stressed out anyway because you've spoiled your kids with the wealth that they were born into and therefore do not have that motivation and discipline you once had. Without purpose, you are continuously chasing the next thing. So our Maker's promise is true. If you want this life only, go ahead, knock yourself out, wake up at 6 a.m. and get cracking till you reach those heights. You'll probably get there, but don't be surprised if you still feel empty inside when you're in your 60s on a beach like these guys. But the other half of that verse in the Quran is what's important. Those who desire heavenly reward, we will grant it to them also. So do wake up at 6 a.m. or whenever the morning prayer is, and do crack on, but do it with a purpose. That's key. Ensure everything you do is pleasing our Maker and contributes to that promised heavenly reward. With that lens on, you'll be successful in this world and the hereafter, and most importantly, in it you will find true happiness, or as we call it, sweetness of faith. And if you are in your 9 to 5, take comfort. Take comfort in your wider purpose of providing for your family and your representation and stewardship of Islam in your place of work. But remember, when it's all said and done, nobody will remember you for the hours you spent on the desk. Your legacy in this world will be carried via the value you brought to others. And ultimately, if your intention was right, our Maker will never forget. And of course, what awaits for you is much better than anything anyone in this world can ever give you, inshallah.